Three-time All-American Mike Cannon finished a storied career with 122 wins, the second most in program history. Cannon earned 3 top 8 finishes at the NCAA championships in 3 different weight classes, placing 6th as a sophomore, 8th as a junior, and 3rd as a senior. He was the 2008 Midlands champion, a 2-time EIWA champion, and qualified for the NCAA championships in all 4 years of his career. Off the mat, Cannon was a 3-time Academic All-American and was named the 2010 American University Male Senior Student Athlete of the Year. And so tonight, we raise his hand one more time as an honored member of the Pop Cassell Hall of Fame.
And please help us welcome back one of the most successful coaches in AU athletics history, ladies and gentlemen, former AU wrestling head coach, Mark Cody.
Well, thank you. What a special event, and I really appreciate the fact that I get to speak after Steve Jennings again. That really, this is the second time I've been here and the second time I've had to do that. So I'm wondering from here on out if we can have just a separate banquet for field hockey. That would be great if I ever get invited back. And speaking after Barry is no different. So, but I just wanted to, let Ray and Irene and Rabina know that I was here for their careers, and I really appreciated watching them and following them. So, well, of course, I wasn't here for Ray's, but I appreciate getting to know you, buddy. So, actually, I just wanted to mention I'm the director of men's and women's wrestling at Presbyterian College now, and I wasn't going to mention this, but since Sally Roberts is sitting right here, and she's paved the way for women's wrestling. For the first time, we wrestled the Women's National Championship, which was this weekend, and I just got word that we had 5 All-Americans and 2 national champions from our program, so I was pretty excited about that, and very exciting time for women's athletics. I know Barb Ryman would appreciate that too, for all she's done for women's athletics to try to help. And this event's very, very special, particularly with the Cassell name tied to it. I really wished I would have gotten to know your father. I've heard a lot about him, a lot of stories about him from Bob Karsh, and surely wish I would have got to know him, but it's surely been nice to get to know you, Jack, and I really appreciate what you've done for this university. Mike Cannon. Kelly Ward, who was my unofficial recruiting coordinator, who's a national champion at Iowa State, sitting right back there. He was in Maryland. We had been friends for a long time. He told me, I have a guy for you who I think is really going to help your program out, named Mike Cannon. So I brought Mike Cannon to campus just on his word alone because he knows talent, obviously. He was part of a national championship team at Iowa State also. I brought Mike Cannon to campus, and the first thing Mike said to me when he stepped in my office, he said, "Do you remember me?" And he said, "You did a camp here about 6 years ago when I was just a kid, and you called me out to demonstrate." Of course, I'm in the middle of recruiting, and I did about 20 camps a year at that time. I said, "Of course I remember you. Sure I do. Yeah, you were that." And then throughout the recruiting process, I also found out that he had 15 kids in his family. And at that time, I was trying to build up the fan base here because we were just getting started. So I figured if each one of his siblings could bring 5 friends with them, we'd fill up half the gym. And it always worked out pretty good because they came and they were very boisterous, and it was great to have them come to all our matches. His father, Matt Cannon, didn't miss anything. Didn't miss his recruiting trip. Didn't miss any tournaments all over the country. He traveled with us. He was a lot of fun to be around. And having 15 kids, I'd always ask him, "Hey, Matt, how's everything going?" And he'd always have just like right now, he's got the big smile on his face, like, "Everything's great, Coach." And I just couldn't understand that, having 15 kids, But so, anyways, what impressed me about Mike also is that he could rattle off all 15 of their names in 5 seconds. And I hope he gets the opportunity during your speech up here. If you can do that, that'd be great. I'm sure everybody would like to see that. Mike, as a student, obviously was a 4-time academic All-American. The accolades go on and on with him. I'd be here all day if I talked about everything that he had done as an athlete here. But academics came first. He had true grit in the classroom. He also got his master's degree from American University, and now he's a certified public accountant, so pretty impressive, and he went through that whole process pretty quickly. As an athlete, he was a 3-time All-American here in 3 different weight classes. As a high school wrestler, he was a 145-pounder. His senior year, he wrestled 184, so he went from 165 to 174 to 184. That's very difficult to do, and to put that in perspective, that means all summer long, you have to put on good weight, you have to put on muscle, you have to eat right, and you have to continue to work on your technique as you do that, and he did that. He really paid the price. He was very conscientious of what he needed to do. He was disciplined right across the board, and surely as a coach, I really appreciated that. To grow into 3 different weight classes, not easy. One thing that stands out about Mike is that, you always remember the people that are really helpful. And 2 things I remember about Mike is how hard he worked and who he helped along the way. He was very helpful to his teammates, and that really meant a lot to our program. Mike is a team player and surely has true grit and attitude. As a coach, I really appreciate the fact that there was no drama with Mike. And as all you coaches can attest to, that's pretty special when you have no drama with a student athlete. He was just very easy to deal with. He always made great decisions, and that's reflective in who he chose as his life partner, Sarah Cannon. Wonderful, wonderful person. Yeah. I love you, Mike, but I still don't know how you pulled that off. So it is my honor to induct now and forever Mike Cannon into the Pop Cassell Hall of Fame.
Can y'all hear me okay? I said, can y'all hear me okay? So I was talking to a friend a few weeks back, former AU basketball player, and we were talking about tonight and the induction and what I should say. And he said, look, I got some advice for you. Here's your first sentence. You get up there and you say, nobody in this room can take me down. Not now, not ever. Well, I thought it was pretty good, so I ran it by my wife. Her immediate response was, isn't Josh Glenn going to be there? Fair point. I should probably leave that out. So first and foremost, I just want to thank American University, the athletic administration, the Cassell family, and everybody that has made tonight possible. It is an honor to stand up here with my fellow inductees and join many greats that are part of this Hall of Fame. Sorry, it's really shaky up here. Everything keeps jungling. So over the last few weeks, I was tasked with just remembering and writing down what my time at American University meant to me. And this was an extremely difficult task for me to do. It's difficult to put in words, and especially the 5 minutes we have up here, to talk about the sheer emotion we experienced in the times of sacrifice, in glory, and even in defeat. The countless lessons we learned about life and the countless lessons I learned about myself. It is suffice to say, what a ride, what a journey. It truly was just a culmination of everything that you work hard and you train for. What an absolute journey. Wrestling at American University under Mark Cody was truly one of the greatest honors of my life. As I look back and reflect on my career, I couldn't help but think that this award is so much less about me than it is about the support system I had around me. The support I received through my career from coaches, friends, and family who are here tonight allowed me to achieve levels in this sport that I, nor my father, ever dreamed possible. I have so many people to thank because without them, I would not be up here tonight. First and foremost, Matt Cannon, my father, who put in countless and thankless hours of travel to every wrestling camp and tournament we could physically get to, who instilled the love of wrestling in me at an early age, who taught me how to be a champion even in defeat, how to set goals and how to work hard to achieve them. Dad, you were and are a great mentor to me. Thank you. To Kelly Ward, one of the greatest Maryland wrestlers of all time, who believed in me as a young camper and put a call into Mark Cody to tell him about a hardworking kid from Maryland who just needed some good coaching. Mark Cody, the man, who inspired me and instilled an unwavering belief in myself that a one-time Maryland state champ from a small town in Southern Maryland could beat anybody that I stepped on the mat against. You can never underestimate the power of an athlete who believes in his coach and a coach who believes in him. It's a powerful and dangerous combination. Pat Papalizio, who trained with me every day during my redshirt year, who saw something in me when I didn't see it myself. Josh Glenn, both a teammate and a coach, who inspired me to reach my highest potential. Someone to look up to and say, if he did it under the same circumstances, then so can I. To all my teammates, who many are here tonight, played an important part in my career. We created something special at American University, something that was electric, something that everybody wanted to be a part of. Each and every one of us had the same vision and pushed ourselves to be the best we could be. We trained and experienced blood, sweat, and tears together. We created bonds that will last for a lifetime, as many former wrestlers in this room can attest, and many athletes. Lastly, to my wife, Sarah, who doesn't believe she played a part in my success, but she did come to a lot of home duels at American University, and I never lost in Bender Arena. Coincidence? I don't think so. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It is truly an honor to be standing up here and receiving this award. Thank you.